Okay, everyone, I've finally got Jarrod on. He's so amused and gonna bring some light in. So one of our friends suggested we go live and talk about how we keep romance alive, to which he kind of reacted the same way the kid does in The Princess Bride. Romance, not his thing. So here we are. We'll go ahead and we will have constant interruptions in our discussion because that is our life and that's kind of the point.
No, you said it right the first time. Constant discussions and our interruptions.
Okay, fine. We'll go with that. Constant, yes. So we have a couple of friends who we send video messages to, and so they kind of have gotten to know... And see, this is interruptions. So I'm going to hand him the phone, and he's going to...
I'm going to sit here and do nothing, because it's what I said I was going to do.
That's not what you said you're going to
do? Hi, I'm live. Steph's leaving, and this is supposed to be about our marriage, and she's literally leaving me right now.
Why don't you talk about this morning and at
this
church
morning?
And you had the discussion at the table about how we early on said something was never going to be part of our dialogue.
So when we first got together and engaged, we decided that divorce would be a 4-letter word in our world. The only time that we would use the word is in relation to talking about someone else and the situation they're going through. So this morning I was at church, and our church has a lunch that they provide, kind of a potluck style, every Sunday. And I was sitting down with a couple that I knew had been married for many years, and so I asked them how long they've been married, and it was 41, 42 years. And I told them that we had just passed our 18 years last September, and told him that we had decided what I just said, and that divorce wasn't ever going to be an option no matter what the circumstance. And he said, yeah, we pretty much made the same decision. So I guess it works. We'll see. The jury's out. But we never discussed anything about murder. We won't divorce, but I can't promise I won't kill her.
And, I think what's really funny is that that's actually a point of conversation that came up actually with the same...
I told her I was going to kill her.
The same friend who said we should do this. Jarrod will admit, this is not... Marriage is not something where the lovey-dovey feelings are just always there. They're not. That's not the point. If you're expecting marriage to always be happy-go-lucky... See, he has a song for everything. I don't know that many songs, so I'm sure what he was doing made sense to somebody, but...
Lovey-dovey, lovey-dovey.
I don't know.
It's one of the songs Daniel listens to.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, he has the song stick out, not me. But the point is, it's... Okay, Doctor Who. There's an episode in Doctor Who where they've got...
You know how long you can keep a straight face.
They have the Cybermen, who they have emotions that have been cut off. And there's one character who has been turned into a Cyberman, but he won't follow along because he loves this one person. And it takes the person who's trying to dominate the world by surprise, and the doctor goes, don't you understand? Love isn't an emotion. It's a commitment, it's a promise. And that's the real truth. It's
DC talk. Love is a verb.
Love is a verb. So, that's kind of where we're coming from is, yes, those happy hormones, they come and they go. And it's great when you can hang on to that.
I am never hormonal.
Yes.
You asked for it.
Okay, the emotions, the lovey-dovey emotions, they come and they go. Okay, well, the other thing was that, early on, actually, I think the day we got married, Jarrod said that he promised I would never be bored. And that is definitely true. I am not bored. His goal, he said the other day, was to get a comment of, "You're so funny," or "You're hilarious" out of me every day. Now, sometimes he's pushing it to the last minute to get that.
It's been 18 years. It takes a lot of effort now.
Okay. So, one of the other things is that for us, we try to make a point of doing things together that we both enjoy. We try not to do things that the other finds dull and atrocious.
Like this.
Sure, like this. But we also have grace, and we'll go out of our way, like
this.
But we try to do things we mutually enjoy. So usually, I make a point to stay up when Jarrod gets home from work, even though I'm up much earlier the following day because I've got to get things started for the day. I've got to get Daniel ready for therapy. Have to get Elijah his breakfast and take care of the animals, all those things. But I make a point to stay up so that we have at least a little bit of time where it's just us, where we can connect at night. Usually it's something just very simple where we'll just kind of digress from the day and kind of relax. Sometimes we'll watch a show together. It's been a little while since we've done TV just because there's only so many things that we both like.
No, there's only so many things she likes. I like most things. Unless it has kissing.
So, again, that we both like, because there are a lot of things I like too, but he won't watch because... So lately we've been reading in the evening, but we make a point of trying to make sure the other person has time to go do things themselves, and I think that honestly helps keep the romance alive as well. Like I think once a week, typically, he tries to go out and go watch a movie, something that he would want to watch, that not necessarily something I would watch, and
which is nothing.
And I will go for a walk or, take some time to read or go walk to Starbucks because Starbucks is happy. And
or go pray with Debbie.
Or go pray with one of the women at the church around the corner. And, just something that I have time to do apart. But we always make the point of, just doing something together. And trying to remember that his goal is not to be mean and spiteful. And he tries to remember the same when talking to me. I mean, a lot of our conflicts come from miscommunication because we are very, very, very different in how we communicate and how we see things. And he's very... logistical, and so everything, you be very precise, and I'm female, and so I'm going, well, can't you just read my mind by now? And he's no.
I also don't read between the lines.
Yeah, he also doesn't read between the lines, where I'm going,
if you want to communicate something that's between those lines, you better say it, otherwise I'm not going to know it. And
see, I have a hard time with that because I don't like to be I don't even know the right word. Like, I don't want to say something that's flat out there because I don't want to...
Clear and precise?
That's not it. I don't mind being clear and precise. That's not it either. I don't want to say something and have it come across as rude or too abrupt or something like that. I want to be, like, very, very cautious and make sure that my words are not taken wrong, or like, with cruel intent. So I try to hem and haw and not really be right out there. And I also don't like to manipulate or anything like that. So I like to leave lots of room for people to not go along with something. And I think that comes too from not wanting to, I like to take care of things myself. I have a hard time asking for help, and I'm working on that, because I think that's where a lot of our, I'm not blunt with my words. I'm really not blunt with my words. That's exactly, I have a hard time with that. But I know that over the years, a lot of frustration would come in because I knew I had needs that were not getting met. And he didn't know those were needs. He just, he's coming into it from, how he grew up, and he's just going on doing what he thinks he's supposed to do.
I know nothing.
And, it's like he grew up in just a different background than I did. And so for me, I'm thinking, well, doesn't he know I need this? And he's not, cruel intended, but he just didn't know. And so
oblivious.
Yeah. So we've both had to come far away, and I've had to make a point of saying, okay, I need help here. This is an area where I do need you to do this, or I need to get this, or this has to happen. And and he's made a point to say, okay, and help. And then he's had to make a point of saying, I don't know if you don't tell me. I want you to, I want to be, doing these things, but I don't know if you don't tell me. So you have to tell me. You can't get mad at me for not doing something I didn't know needed to be done. So I've had to make a point of saying,
it's like getting mad at me for a bad dream.
Right.
I didn't do it.
So that's kind of, we've both had to learn how to communicate. We've also had to learn to give each other grace as we're learning. I know there have been times where I've said things that, just commenting on, oh yeah, look at that person, that. And I'm just thinking, oh, that's really cool. And he's taking it as, what do you mean? Are you saying I'm not providing right? What, like a disrespectful thing. And I'm going, no, that didn't enter my mind at all. So, and then there have been other times where he said things to me and I'm going, that didn't feel very nice. And he's going, what are you talking about? I'm going, well, it felt like this. And he's going, no, I wasn't trying to be unloving. And so we've had to both kind of get off that crazy cycle and realize his intent is not to be unloving. And he's had to realize that my intent is not to be disrespectful. So that's been kind of our thing, is learning how to communicate, to give each other grace, and to...
Sounds like a between the lines plug for something.
It's not, but that's actually a good point. We, for the first several years of our marriage, we would do an annual thing of doing some kind of marriage seminar. We'd done Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts by Les and Leslie Parrott. We've done, and then they have one for marriage as well, and we attended that. There was another one that's advertised on Focus on the Family that we did. And then one of the ones that we have done a few times.
As participants and as leaders.
As participants and leaders a couple of times. We really, really highly encourage anybody who can, who's in a relationship or considering entering a relationship.
Or in a marriage.
Or, Love and Respect by Dr. Eggsrich. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But it talks about what his needs are, what her needs are, and how...
Don't read the book. It's incredibly boring. Get the movie series.
Yeah, if you can get the DVDs, they are a lot easier to process. If you read the book, it's okay. But just realize you're gonna see a whole lot of things of... And she's speaking through her pink microphone and hearing things through her pink headphones and seeing things through her pink eyeglasses, and he's hearing things through his blue headphones, and it's lots of pinks and blues. It's a lot of pinks and blues. But it is good. It's really helpful. It's a great resource. And it does help you understand a little bit more about how we don't necessarily understand things the same way. And a man's base needs, like their basic need is respect. They don't need love. They want love, because everybody wants love. But women are different. We need love. That is our base need. We need that. We don't need respect. Now, a lot of women will say, oh, no, I need respect. That's this, that, and the other thing. It's a different, we want respect, and it's healthy to respect. But the need is different.
Guys are naturally wired to give respect and not love, and women are naturally wired to be nurturing and loving and not necessarily directed toward respect.
Right. So
it's a learning how to change your approach.
Right. So it really does kind of bring things into perspective and help you kind of know a deeper level in understanding each other and giving each other that grace, and helping you learn how to communicate better in a way that'll be received. So I do highly encourage that. Let's see, what else? We have fun. That's kind of, we have fun together. We do things as friends, because, we've spent...
Frenemies!
We've spent over half of our lives married. Yeah. So, but again, it's not all about...
I'm the cool one.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, somebody commented on dates. I will tell you, we have not had an actual date in...
A formal date that the world would see it.
Yeah, that the world would call a date. 6 years, maybe, was the last time we had an actual date.
A little less than that, because we went to see the Phantom of the Opera.
Okay. All right, yeah.
So,
yeah,
okay. 4 years.
4 years, about 4 years. Okay. All right, for our anniversary, we went to see Phantom of the Opera. For another year, we did go see, what was it? The Willy Wonka?
Oh, yeah, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
But you know what? I have a hard time counting that because I fell asleep.
Broadway production, not movie.
Broadway. But but that's why we also make a point of, I stay up every night to see him, even if it's for 20 minutes and then I'm passing out, which he will attest to the fact that I have done that. I have stayed up literally long enough to say hi, give him a kiss goodnight, and pass out. That's the other thing.
Or wake up when I get home.
I do that too. But we also do make a point of, every time he's leaving for work, he goes around and, kisses or hugs the entire family, including me. And then every night before I pass out, I make sure to get my goodnight kiss, because that's, I think, a nice way to go to bed. Trying to think of anything else that I can throw in here. He does tease me daily. He claims that I throw things at him and I'm violent.
It's true. She sliced me with her fingernail just yesterday. Right there.
That's not true. Well,
okay.
The
evidence shows otherwise.
I accidentally scratched him. That doesn't count.
With your razor sharp fingernails.
I was leaning in to kiss him, and apparently he took exception to that. And but let's see.
So like a cat.
He does claim I am a cat, almost daily. That's part of that teasing thing. He does. Trying to... Anything else that we do? I don't think... No? We make a point to understand what interests the other, though. I will try and watch certain things to learn how it interests him, like baseball. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in baseball. I know that's horrible and un-American. But I'm not. I will try though. And he will try and sit through. Well, he'll watch Mystery 101 with me. And one time, I don't even know how he made it through. He watched an entire episode of One Calls the Heart with me, and only made, I think, 2 or 3 remarks. And that was it.
That was hard.
Only 3 critical comments, and that was it, which was, like, that was romance. That right there, that was romance.
That was rough.
So, that's,
between the acting and the directing.
It's gonna hurt some Hardy's hearts there. Let's. And we we try and take turns dealing with Daniel.
I think that's a between the lines statement that I'm supposed to read.
No, it's legit.
See ya.
Well, I think that I don't know that I have anything else to add, and Daniel's starting to scream so much. Even if Jarrod tries to get Daniel something, most likely Daniel's going to still scream for me to go and get him what he wants, because that's his thing. So anyway, there's that. If anybody has any other questions or things that they think we should discuss, maybe I can talk him into getting on again another time. Okay, everybody have a wonderful Sunday, and we'll talk to you guys later.